The trouble with being a kid today is you grow up too quickly. There's just not enough time. Well, for some kids, that is.
Where are we this time?
Horrible histories.
Wow!
Horrible histories.
Who would do that?
A smart, hungry caveman. Good idea.
Have any of you seen a girl about so tall, big, cartoony eyes? Oh, you gotta go.
You gotta go. And where's Stitch? I can't find him anywhere. Wow! Socrates rocks.
Is that the Spanish Armada?
Horrible histories. Horrible histories. Horrible histories.
Well, Mo, what do you think about all this cool old stuff?
We're history.
There's nothing greater than being outdoors, eh, Mo?
Looks like rain.
No, really, nothing can spoil this.
Well, well, well.
I stand corrected.
How are my two favorite nature neophytes doing?
We were just gonna leave before it starts to rain, Dongle.
If you knew anything, you would know a storm is approaching only if the scales on a pine cone are closed.
Pine cones. Right, Darren.
Stitch, stop scaring the fish.
You think that's why it jumped out of the water? Your ignorance of nature is charming. A fish jumps out of the water to knock water fleas out of its ear canal.
Water fleas, yeah, right, Darren.
Ah! Oh, man, it's got to be over a gazillion degrees out here.
Actually, I'd say it's closer to a balmy 75 degrees Fahrenheit. And if one were to recalibrate to Celsius...
Darren, can't you hike off somewhere by yourself?
Oh, I guess that we didn't know we could easily calculate air temperature by listening to the chirps of a cricket.
First it's closed pine cones and then fish fleas. Now you're talking cricket climate control.
That is totally unbelievable.
Ah, the world must be so simple to simple minds.
Oh, I'd like to close his pine cone.
Hold on now. Just because something sounds unbelievable doesn't mean it can't be true.
Wrong. Unbelievable is unbelievable.
Narrator knows best.
Gongs! Make any entrance a memorable one. Get your gongs here.
Okay, where have you dropped us now?
Welcome to the Mongolian Empire. It's around 1292 when Buddhism is the state religion, paper money is the local currency, and Kublai Khan rules the largest single land empire in world history.
Does that mean if anybody can, Kublai Khan can?
Stitch, you're not gonna believe this. Look!
That must be King Khan right there.
Not king, emperor.
Yeah, who else would have so many servants?
What is the meaning of this?
On three, we run for it. 1, 2...
Buongiorno!
That's Italian!
Di parla italiano molto buono.
Wait. Why is everyone suddenly speaking Italian? I thought we were in Mongolia.
You are, but he doesn't come from here.
Capisco perfectamente.
Stitch, stop it.
Sorry.
Fellow travelers, welcome. I am Marco Polo from Venice. I am a merchant and honorable employee of the Khan. And you two are?
I am Mo, inquisitive mind and explorer.
I am Stitch. I like to think of myself as a pretty good dancer.
It is most rare to meet such impressive travelers as myself. Come, you must meet the Khan. He would be honored to make your acquaintances. Perhaps they are who I have been searching for all this time.
Yes, maybe so.
Beg your pardon?
Searching?
Oh, it is merely a fleeting fantasy of mine. Think nothing more of it. I have just returned from Ceylon on a quest to recover a priceless treasure for the Khan.
What are we talking about here? Chest of pearls and diamonds?
Gold bars or elf shoes with little bells on them?
No, not even close.
Gross. A bicuspid.
Come on. That tooth's a priceless treasure?
Oh, see. The great Khan humbly requested I bring him a great religious artifact. After exercising great diplomacy, I managed to acquire the artifact for but a mere pittance. A man's weight in a treasure.
Yeah, right. A man's weight in treasure.
Come on, Marco. We weren't born yesterday.
Technically, Stitch, we weren't born for another 700 years.
Legend says the tooth belonged to Buddha.
And I bet legend says he didn't brush after every meal.
Oh, it's 4:30. We mustn't keep the Khan waiting.
Can you believe this guy?
Yeah, like he can tell time that easily from the sun.
Come, be my guests and see the radiance from Khan's face when I present the tooth.
Ha! This I gotta see.
I'm with you, Mo.
Would you just look at the size of this place?
Forget everything I've ever said about being a rodeo clown. I'm gonna be a Khan when I grow up.
Oh, see, it is one of many wondrous things in Mongolia. But it is not as wonderful as what awaits me back in Venice.
What's that? Something as unbelievable as a gazillion-pound tooth?
No, for me, something far more precious.
Animal, mineral, or vegetable?
But I digress. I was talking about the wonders of Mongolia, a place of many wonders.
No fooling now. What kind of wonders?
No, Mo, how about you tell me? Which of the following items were invented in Mongolia over 700 years ago? A. Eyeglasses for better seeing. B. The seismograph for calculating the strength of earthquakes. C. Fireworks and gunpowder. Or D. All of the above.
None of them.
Wrong again. The answer is D. All of them.
You're not any more believable than Dongle was about his pine cones.
No, really. Eyeglasses, seismographs, fireworks and gunpowder were all invented in Mongolia in the 13th century.
No, I'm sure that Benjamin Franklin invented glasses in the 1700s.
Sorry, you're 500 years off.
But weren't seismographs invented out in California where all the earthquakes are?
There you go again. You're off by 700 years. Don't be so quick to disbelieve everything you hear.
Oh! Oh! I think we're gonna need that seismograph!
Whoa! Anyone catch the license plate of that horse?
Yeah! We were almost road pizza!
Oh, Mo, why did you go and say the P word?
That was one of the Khan's mounted couriers. He's probably delivering a message to one of the Khan's 47 sons somewhere in the outskirts of the empire.
47 sons? Right.
When does this guy quit?
I must warn you before we enter. Don't make any sudden moves.
You mean like this, Marco? Polo?
The Khan is heavily guarded by 12,000 guards at all times.
Will you stop it? 12,000 bodyguards. 12,000. Not possible.
see what I see?
I can't believe it either. He's got exactly 12,000 bodyguards.
No, I'm talking about the Foodorama.
Marco, you have returned. Please come and tell me of your adventure. And who have you brought with you back from Ceylon? Actually, they are fellow travelers, a Stitch and a Mole. I welcome all diplomats and explorers to my kingdom with outstretched arms. You are welcome to Kanbalik. My palace is your palace.
Thanks. Is this a buffet or do we give someone our food?
Great Khan, I have returned with that which you most cherished in all the world.
I can't believe for a minute that a guy this wealthy is going to break into a sweat over a measly old...
The truth!
Okay, I give in. I'm a believer.
Oh, Marco, what would I do without you? I am no one special, Khan. Stitch and Mo could easily take my place, so that I, the one who has served you for over 25 years, could return to Venice.
Take his place?
I don't believe it!
They would make fine replacements for me.
Replacements? Mo, I must have a few fish fleas still stuck in my ears.
You need only to ask them to stay, most magnificent Khan.
Wow! We can't stay here! We've got places to go, people to see, homework not to do.
Stop! All this tongue-wagging. The Khan has decided. I will not grant your request, Marco. And I want to hear no more of it. As for your strange traveling companions, I forbid you to leave. You will stay and work as productive members of my empire. But I thought you would let me return home. This is your home, Marco. Here, have a drumstick.
I can't believe you tried to set us up like that.
Oh, my friends, I just want to go home.
Friends, you would try to swap us like a mangy old tooth.
I've been on edge. Forgive me, prego, prego.
Wait, what's going to happen to us?
And more important, are you gonna eat your drumstick?
I am so glad you're as worried about our welfare as I am, Stitch. Just what did the Khan mean that we had to be productive members of society?
The Khan always needs more couriers.
The Khan had a huge empire and needed a way to communicate with his subjects, so he created a system of mounted couriers, much like the Pony Express in 19th century America. Riders could cover between 40 and 100 miles a day, depending on terrain. And the courier system wasn't the only way the Khan kept his empire together. Unbelievable as it may sound, he had 47 sons, and each of them was a governor of a different province. The Khan's control over his empire meant that the trade routes were more secure, paving the way for traders and explorers like Marco Polo.
Get ready, Stitch! Here comes the mail!
Oh, deliver these to Khan immediately.
Beat ya!
No, you won't! Woo-hoo-hoo! Giddy up, boys! Yee-haw! Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo! Giddy up!
Ah, my friends, so glad to see your new jobs are working out for you both.
Yeah, pretty unbelievable, isn't it?
Are these for the Khan?
Yeah, and you might say they were sent by airmail.
Ah, splendid! The Khan must know how marvelous a job you're both doing. Maybe then I'll be allowed to go home. May I call your Khanness? Well, excellent, Marco. Bring it forth.
Stitch! He just wiped his face with his shoes.
Guess they haven't invented etiquette yet.
Actually, Mongols' shoes were made of cloth, and the grease from their food helped keep them soft and comfortable.
Khan Jr. number 42 needs more money. Let's just pretend I never got that one. Oh, good news! The Princess Kukakin is to be married in Persia. Wonderful! But she will need an escort. Who can I trust with such an important task? I shall accompany her on my way back to Venice, and I can leave immediately. Oh, but only with your kindest permission. Of course, you have young Stitch and the young Mo to help you in my absence. Marco, for once, I agree with you. I will be sad to see you go, my friend. Oh, thank you, Great Khan. Thank you.
Terrific. Marco gets to go home and we're stuck here. I don't believe it.
Believe it.
And if Stitch and Mo want to accompany you and the princess, they have my permission. Truth be told, they make lousy couriers.
Shouldn't we be moving a tad faster?
We only sail when the wind is right. Here in Mongolia, they tie someone to a larger kite, then send it into the air. If the kite stays aloft, the wind is strong enough and we leave.
All right, like that's something I'd believe.
Better believe it, Mo. It's a documented fact.
Farewell, Mongolia.
This is exciting, Mo. I've always wanted to go on a cruise.
Yeah, I wonder how long it'd take us to get to Venice.
Funny you should ask. Let me fill you in. As guests of Marco Polo, you'll sail with the Princess Kokachin all the way to Venice by way of the Indian Ocean and the Persian Gulf. Along the way, you'll encounter all the wonders a 13th century cruise can offer. Sea storm, unbearable heat, cannibals! And there is one itsy-bitsy detail I was saving until last.
Pirates of the Fourth Bow!
Oops, he gave it away. Cruising with Marco Polo, and it only takes 3 years.
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
Are we there yet?
Oh, I am so happy! We are in Venice! Well, is it not the most beautiful thing you have ever seen?
You wanted to stick us with the Khan all for this?
Oh, 1,000 pardons, my friends, but there is nothing as wondrous in all the world as one's own domestico. Home!
You know, Stitch, I'm getting a little homesick too.
And look! I cannot believe my eyes! A welcoming party has come to greet us. Buongiorno!
And just who exactly are you?
Hey, it is I, Marco Polo. I have returned from the Orient.
Marco Polo left decades ago. He must be long since dead.
No. I am Marco Polo. Just ask them.
Why? I don't know them either.
Look, I have been in the service of the great Kublai Khan himself, traveled the world and seen things beyond your wildest dreams.
He's right!
You gotta believe him.
Forgive me, but from the looks of things, I'd say you are just beggars with a poor sense of fashion.
Okay, hold it right there. Marco's telling the truth, plain and simple.
Yeah, we saw everything ourselves. You can't imagine the amazing things we've seen in the Orient.
People on kites, paper money, 12,000 bodyguards.
And a guy using his shoes as napkins. The Khan's palace.
Stitch speaking Italian.
Stop all this foolishness. You really expect us to believe in that?
Isn't this where we came in on all this, Stitch?
I was thinking the same thing, Mo.
Hear me! I, Marco Polo, will make you believe! I sewed these jewels into my clothes in case we were attacked by pirates, which of course we were.
This guy really knows how to pack for a trip.
Believe it, people, believe it!
Welcome home, Marco Polo.
Finally, A happy ending.
Oh, far from it, Stitch. Marco Polo was tossed into prison, and it was the best thing that ever happened to him.
You're messing with us, right?
Yeah, I'm back to not believing.
I see you two haven't quite learned your lesson yet. One last time then, okay?
After exercising, great diploma.
Shortly after returning to Venice, Polo went into battle against the neighboring Genoans. He was captured and thrown into prison, where he told about his travels in the Orient to a fellow prisoner. He published a book called The Travels of Marco Polo, in which he told wondrous stories about the places he had visited, like the city of Balashan, which was so cold.
Yeah, how cold was it?
So cold that no birds can live there.
We believe you.
His book became the most popular travel book in history and created interest in the Orient. And that led to Columbus embarking on his expedition and discovering America. But that's another story. It's just like Dongle's pine cones, fish ears, and crickets.
We know, we know.
Some of the most unbelievable sounding things.
Are sometimes true.
Maybe someday you two will write your own book.
So, if you just count the number of cricket chirps in a 15-second period, and add 37 to the total, 36 chirps plus 37 is 73 degrees Fahrenheit. Let's just see if I'm right, even though we all know I am. Well, 74 degrees. Close enough. And you two didn't believe me.
You're right, Darren.
What?
Yeah, we believe you now. Have fun with your crickets.
Stop! You're agreeing with me, and that makes me feel icky.
And thanks for the pinecone forecast. You really can tell if a storm is coming if the scales close.
Want to share an umbrella, Darren?
You want to share with me? I don't believe you.
Okay, don't believe it.
Arrivederci!